You're listening to the Empowered Nation podcast for non-attorney advocates to level up in law. Let's get into it, shall we?
Welcome to Empowered Nation. I'm your host, Anelia Sutton. Let's begin. If you are fighting a case in court and the other side is lying and you are ready to win, Empowered Nation is for you. The fact is that corrupt cops, prosecutors, and judges target people who don't know their rights or are struggling financially. So you can level up in law and personal finances with Empowered Nation, and you'll never be an easy target again. Let's get into it. In this episode, I want to talk about what you can do when the law breaks the law. How do you overcome the violations when it's done by the officials who are supposed to uphold the law? This is what to do. This is what you can do when the law breaks the law. So the number one best way to overcome a corrupt official is to know your rights. Because the sad truth is, the corrupt officials are actually counting on you not knowing your rights, so they take advantage of you and you lose your case needlessly. Truth be told, we were led to believe that learning the law and ultimately knowing our rights is difficult and confusing. But that is a lie, because it is actually easier than we were led to believe. I'm speaking from experience. The attorneys don't want you to know your rights because then you won't need to hire them. Come on now, game recognized game. I'm telling you that knowing your rights is the best way to protect yourself. And it's easier than you were led to believe. I'm living proof. And I'm not saying not to ever hire an attorney, because the truth is you may not be ready. You may have a legal matter that's urgent that needs your attention right now, and you may not be ready. However, knowing your rights can allow you to work with an attorney in a more powerful way, from a position of power. So either way, it's a win. A win is a win. And if you know your rights, they can't take advantage of you. I cannot stress that enough, and I wish more people will learn this coveted secret that lawyers don't want you to know. All right, let's move into our next point, okay? The next point is, when a corrupt official violates your right, you simply want to work your way through and up the chain of command, okay? Keep working your way up the chain of command until you are satisfied with the result. Everyone has someone to answer to, so keep going up until you receive the justice that you deserve for being violated by a corrupt official, okay? The main point here is that you are making the record. And when you make the record, make that record count by having everything in written form. Okay, let's talk about a specific example, okay? A specific example that's very common is having a negative encounter with a police officer, right? So here's what I found over the years. Over the years of my training and all of my studying, I found that this is the best way to shut down a corrupt cop. You're going to send a written legal notice to the mayor. Why? Why the mayor? Because the mayor is who's responsible for the public safety at the local level in every city. So you want to send a copy of the letter, the legal notice that you send to the mayor. You want to send that to the chief of police as a matter of information and as a matter of courtesy. Believe me, it does help you to show this when you're creating your record of events, and it creates a full and complete record, which is extremely important in these matters.
Feeling frustrated, lost, and confused with your legal emergency? Get easy steps to protect yourself in plain language at aneliasutton.com/free.
And let me tell you, when there's enough complaints filed against a specific police officer, they will be removed from office due to public pressure. Now, depending on how bad things were with the encounter, you can also take it to the next level and file a claim against the police officer's public hazard bond. And once again, with enough claims against their bond, they will lose their bond and they cannot work as a police officer. Okay? I hope that you're catching what I'm throwing out. Okay, let's go into another strategy, right? To protect yourself. This is actually probably the simplest way to protect yourself from corrupt officials. So what I'm about to share with you in just 2 minutes took me years to learn. In fact, I created the blueprint to protection from corrupt officials. 'Cause I'm tired of them. Get ready to take notes. Get ready to take notes or listen to this episode when you can take notes. Okay. Basically, what you want to do is you're going to establish the highest standing in society when you send legal notices. Okay. Now, these legal notices are not the same as a complaint against the police officer in the previous strategy that I just talked about. No, these are legal notices about your protected standing in law and in society. Okay. It's along the lines of being a diplomat. So you may be asking yourself, well, what are these legal notices, Anelia? Okay, let me explain it in a very simple way. If you come across someone's lawn and you see a sign on that lawn that reads, "Stay off the grass," what does that mean? It means to stay off the grass. It's just that simple. The owners of the home have a right to inform you, and this is how they're informing you. That's a form of a legal notice. They don't want you on their grass, and it's just that simple. What's understood doesn't need to be explained, right? Well, it's the same way for your legal notices about your standing. This is done through 6 short notices, and I was blown away when I realized how simple it was. I mean, it took years for me to get to this point and going through a lot of garbage paperwork, I should say. And it really just boils down to 6 simple but powerful legal notices. Okay. Again, it's similar to having diplomatic immunity, but without having to leave the country. I'm telling you, the tide is turning in our favor, and it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. It really, really is. Okay, before I go, because we're coming to the close, let's do a quick recap on the lessons in this episode. Number 1, we talked about the importance of knowing your rights and how easy it is to really learn your rights and learn the law. And it's actually easier than you were led to believe. Number 2, we talked about the importance of creating a paper trail by working your way up the chain of command whenever you are violated by a corrupt official. Number 3, I shared some important points about shielding yourself from future encounters with powerful lawful notices, lawful and legal notices that you will send to the highest officials in your state to protect yourself and shield yourself from corruption. That's all I have for you today. Be sure to listen to the next episode, because that's when you're going to discover a few shocking secrets judges don't want you to know. You are not going to believe what they've been keeping from us, and I'm here to tell all of it. Until next time, thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in again and again. And please remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, because that's how we become an empowered nation. Bye for now.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.